The political battles between El-Rufai and Tinubu doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. El-Rufai recently appeared on Arise TV and dropped a bombshell that Tinubu has siphoned off 100 billion naira monthly for the past year and a half, that is approximately 18 months, routing it to security agencies without any legislative approval. According to El-Rufai, the former Kaduna State governor, it's an impeachable offense because it violates the constitution. 100 billion naira is no small amount. Let me paint you this quick picture. Imagine a running tap of public money trickling away every month and no one asks why. No receipts, no audit. Well, that is what we experience in Nigeria in almost every sector. Cases of embezzlement that go on without any form of check and balance. And the actors, they keep doing this repeatedly because there are no punitive measures in place to ensure that the consequences for their actions are meted out. Now, 100 billion deducted from the Nigerian treasury for 12 to 18 months equals to about 1.2 to 1.8 trillion. You can imagine the amount of money El-Rufai is alleging that Tinubu has been deducting from the Nigerian coffers. So far, the federal government has neither confirmed nor denied this claim. No records or official budget lines. Okay, if Tinubu is actually deducting this amount of money and routing it to security agencies, why then do we still have high records of kidnappings, killings across Nigeria? As of today, there have been claims of 2.2 million people abducted across Nigeria, 615,000 plus killed in 2024. And compared to the Buhari era, the level of insecurity we experience today is higher. Meanwhile, Tinubu claimed that he was going to eradicate insecurity. Or should I say, Tinubu actually said he was going to continue from where his predecessor, the late Buhari, ended. Every day, we keep getting statistics of national collapse, missing funds, and these are serious allegations that on a normal day are a recipe for outrage. But guess what? We the people just sit and fold our arms and we keep fuming that the politicians are corrupt when we are supposed to rise and hold them accountable for their actions. One may wonder, why has El-Rufai all of a sudden become the mouthpiece of criticism against the Bola Tinubu-led administration? If you've followed Nasiru El-Rufai closely, you would know that he's a polarizing figure and he's someone that always tries to speak truth to power, especially when it doesn't favor him. Actually, he was an early Tinubu supporter and part of Tinubu's power circle and part of the founding fathers of APC until after the 2023 election, where he got sidelined with no ministerial post. Since then, he has become a vocal critic. So the question now is, why did he have to wait until after 2 years of Tinubu's reign to launch an impeachment threat against Tinubu? Meanwhile, he was the governor of Kaduna State for 8 years, and under his watch, a lot of people were killed. In southern Kaduna, there was high level of insecurity in Kaduna State. And he was also a governor under the Buhari-led administration. Why then was he not a critic of Buhari, who was also his fellow northerner? Or is this criticism coming as a result of Bola Tinubu being a southerner Make no mistake about it. I'm not trying to justify what Nasser El-Rufai is doing. Yes, we are meant to hold our leaders accountable, but then you have to ensure that there is balance by making sure that when you speak truth to power for Mr. A, you also do so for Mr. B, regardless of your association with the person. Speaking of selective criticism, I recall during the Buhari-led administration, he was the Minister of Petroleum, and under his watch, he used federation money from the NNPC for subsidy and rehabilitation without any form of transparency. A lot of PDP governors protested against this, but then there was no form of transparency to make sure that everybody saw light in what he was doing. El-Rufai hasn't also been far away from controversies. Earlier this year, ICPC arraigned his appointees in Kaduna over 64 million naira fraud. Now, if his appointees under his watch were committing this kind of fraud, imagine what he himself would have done as the leader of the clan. So Nigerians should not be distracted because the person actually pointing finger now at Tinubu has a questionable character and also has records too. So Nigerians should really watch facts and not just the drama. And they should not just be driven by sentiments in this case. Now, regarding the legality and political implication of Nasir El-Rufai's allegation against Tinubu, the Constitution actually says that the Federation account must be appropriated by national and state assemblies according to Section 147 and Section 162. Skipping this is unconstitutional and is actually an impeachable offense if proven yes. But we all know the country we are currently in. Enforcement is usually political and requires two-thirds vote in the House and Senate. Does this mean that they will have to vote to impeach their own party president? In theory, it's actually impeachable, but in real life, we all know what goes on behind closed doors, even in open doors in the Senate, where we have the likes of Akpabio. Do you think that Akpabio will come out and openly rebuke or criticize Tinubu, who he has always campaigned for without any form of fear of criticism? I'm not saying Tinubu is guilty or innocent, but this is an invitation for Nigerians to demand answers. If 1 trillion naira is missing annually, that money could build hospitals, roads, feed a lot of children, ensure that a lot of these children are in school, even provide free education for these children, provide free healthcare for a lot of Nigerians. Because the money belongs to Nigerians, not just a select political elite class. We have to be brave and hold our leaders accountable. If not, we won't get the Nigeria of our dreams. We will just keep on living on hope, while a select few embezzle our future.
We have done some polling, and I have mentioned some time ago that in many parts of the country, particularly in the southeast and the north, President Tinubu has 91% disapproval rating. Even in Lagos, he has 78% disapproval rating. Okay, in some states,
and that's a scientific poll.
It's a scientific poll,
right.
And in some states in the southwest, he's doing a bit better. Ondo Ekiti, he's doing better than 78% disapproval rating, but there is nowhere he's doing better than 50%, even in the southwest. The guy is gone. He's performed miserably. The economy has tanked. The security architecture has failed. There are no clear trade, industrial, and investment policies. Everything is going wrong. They are raising lots of revenues, but we don't know where the revenues are going because there are no results.
Well, they say they're giving a lot of that money to the states.
The
And
states,
let's face it, development, you were a governor before.
Yeah, the states are
responsible for development.
No. They are not responsible for all development.
Not all.
States are responsible for education, healthcare, and so on.
Key,
but major infrastructure, electricity, you know, our rail system, our aviation system, the telecom system, is all under exclusively federal so far. So yes, the states are getting more money in Naira terms, but my question is, where are the results? President Tinubu went to Kaduna last week to commission projects. 90% of all the projects he commissioned were the project that I did and took to 90% plus. Okay? No new projects have been initiated and commissioned in 2 years by this administration, even though they have had much more money. So the question is, and I gave the example of Kaduna only because I'm from the state and I know it pretty well and I get a lot of data about what is going on there. But the story is the same in most states of Nigeria. Some governors are trying hard, but frankly, most of them are not doing much with those resources. And the federal oversight is very weak because the president wants all the governors to be in APC.
But they would make the argument that he's only been in office for 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, is it fair to assess him based on 2 years?
Of course, it is fair to assess him. He has assessed others based on 1 year. He has assessed others in the past. You see, the beauty of the 21st century is there is an audit trail of what you have said or done. When Jonathan was president and Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu tweets then, as far as security is concerned, the buck stops at the president's desk. You bring that out to him and show him when he tries to say, oh, you know, governor, go and fix your security problem. No, the governor cannot fix security problems because defense, police, security is exclusively federal. As governors, we were chief security officers only in name. Okay, so don't outsource security to the states. Fix it. Hire more boots on the ground. Equip them, retool them, and so on. And you know, Charles, for the last 12 months or up to 18 months, every month, 100 billion naira is deducted from the federation account and sent to the security agencies. Why is there no improvement? In 2024, over 2.2 million Nigerians were abducted. 615,000 were killed. Is Nigeria at war? These numbers are worse than the 8 years of Buhari. In 1 year. This is data from Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. So it's government data. I'm not quoting something out of the air. So for that 100 billion that goes out every month from federation account without appropriation by the National Assembly, by the way, without appropriation by the state assemblies, because part of the money belongs to the states. So each state assembly is supposed to appropriate that part. So the entire deduction and expenditure is unconstitutional. It's an impeachable offense. But it has been going on for more than 15 months from the last time I checked. So where has that 1.5 trillion gone? What is it being used for? Why is the security situation just getting worse? Why is the government asking communities to protect themselves? Look,
well,
President Tinubu's government has failed woefully. Look, beyond, if you asked me in 2022 or 20, it's bad, I would say that you are mentally ill.
Very brief.